Out 11 Live News at 6 p.m. starts now.
Tornadic destruction.
Particularly dangerous situation with this tornado moving into Griffin right now. I hope that you took our advice earlier and got in your tornado safe position when this system was over to the west of you, because this storm is now stronger over you in Griffin.
And those tornadoes causing lots of destruction here in Griffin. Some people lost everything they had, but tonight they are resilient and ready to rebuild.
Cleanup also underway in LaGrange. City officials praising first responders, glad that it wasn't worse.
It's a dangerous work and there's a lot of it to do.
Now the work to clean up begins, with residents now vowing to bounce back.
It's nice to be alive, and we're going to make the best of it.
First at 6, we are learning more about one of the 2 people killed in last night's storms. This is Sean Kornacki, a Georgia Department of Transportation employee. He died while responding to storm damage. Officials tell us he was cutting down trees, working to clear the roadways in Walker County when it happened. His family saying today is the anniversary of his grandmother's death, and his mother says she is hoping that her mom was waiting for him in heaven. Right now, the National Weather Service has boots on the ground after 4 tornadoes wrecked areas across our community.
Yeah, they're going to be very busy for the next couple of days, and with every single tornado warning and reports of damage, we were there, just working to keep you and your family safe. And now we're where your neighbors are right now, where that cleanup begins. And as of right now, here's a look at what the National Weather Service has now confirmed. Tornadoes so far, they reportedly happened in Troup, Meriwether, and Warren counties, and an EF3 hit Spalding County as well. And we also know that it's not only tornadoes that is causing life-altering destruction. Right now, we have crews in Spalding, Troup, Butts, and Fulton counties to keep you updated. We're going to kick things off with Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb, who joins us live now. He's on the ground in Griffin tonight along a stretch of destroyed homes. And Chris, you have a brand new, or a lot more information about what's taking place, right?
Yeah, you mentioned the EF3 tornado confirmation here in Spalding County. I am standing right now in Griffin at ground zero. This is the area right here on Kendall Drive where we have that EF3 damage, where the National Weather Service is saying this is the worst of the damage right here. Speaking of those surveys, just a few moments ago, the National Weather Service let us know about the tornado in Troup County in LaGrange was an EF2 tornado. It then moved into Meriwether County also as an EF2 tornado. We are going to have much more on those storms for you coming up in just a little bit. But it is amazing to see the extensive damage that we see here. It's one thing for me to be sitting with Chesley and Andrew in the Storm Tracker Center yesterday, warning you about these storms and looking at those hook echoes and the velocity modes, and also the lofted debris that was showing up on radar. This that you see here now is evidence of that debris all over town and all over this county. We have trees down. We have homes that are demolished. And I want to take it to Latasha Givens right now. You have been here throughout the day assessing some of the damage. And, you know, Latasha, it's more than just damage. This is people's lives.
You're absolutely right, Chris. And as night begins to fall, we've seen families come by for one final trip, loading up their cars to pack up as many of their belongings as they possibly can. Take a look at this house and take a look at 13th Street in its entirety. This is just a glimpse of the damage you have here in Griffin, just a glimpse that you see throughout Spalding County. Take a look at this tree. This house didn't stand a chance, but you know what? They're a dime a dozen. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of toppled trees that are uprooted like this that have destroyed so many homes and a lot of lives, but they're still living.
Well, I was actually driving in the storm here.
Michael Ellis says after navigating around flying debris on his way home, he couldn't drive down his own street. So he used his commercial glass company tools to start cutting trees.
We started cutting at the end of 16th Street, and we're just trying to work this way.
He and others worked through the night and will do so again tonight. The storm left dozens without homes and thousands without power. At one point, more than 20,000 Central Georgia EMC customers had no electricity.
No, I thought I was dead.
Richard Tolbert was trying to drive home to his family last night as the storm hit and debris swirled around him.
I turned around and all I see is, and I'm trying to get away, trees falling here. Because with that thing, you know, I'm in the ditch.
And Tolbert says he was stuck in that ditch for hours until some Good Samaritans came by and rescued him. Just an example of the type of community they have here in Spalding County. Everyone is helping each other with whatever they have left. Chris, back to you.
And Latasha, I know we're going to see so much more of that, where people are going to be helping people, their friends and their neighbors, and even people from other counties that will be coming here to help as well. Before that storm came here to Griffin and into Spalding County, it started over in Alabama, and we were tracking that storm for you yesterday as it was crossing over the state line into Georgia. The first target in our state was down in Troup County in LaGrange, and as I just mentioned, the National Weather Service just confirmed that it was an EF2 tornado in the LaGrange area. Brittany Kleinpeter joins us there now live. And Brittany, you're seeing extensive damage there close to the state line too.
That's right. Good evening, Chris. We are just east of downtown LaGrange, and we're in a neighborhood where the damage is so significant that it's literally become like a ghost town in the last hour. The majority of these residents cannot stay in their homes for the foreseeable future. And the home I'm in front of right now, I spoke with the couple earlier today who lives here, and they say they were home when the storm hit and when it tore off the roof and sides of their home.
I heard just the walls snapping and popping, and you could literally feel the walls shaking.
Valerie Jocelyn and her husband were home Thursday night when storm winds ripped the roof and sides off their home.
And I ran in the closet, master bedroom closet, and he came in and slammed the door and threw himself on top of me.
I went out there in the living room just to see what was happening. I seen all the hail falling.
Jalen Shivers, who was also home when the storm hit, said he was terrified as he hid with his dog and 81-year-old grandfather in a closet.
I seen my basketball goal do like 3 flips and I took off. I ain't been that scared in a while.
The Baldwin Park neighborhood is near Clearview Elementary School. Many teachers and staff went door to door Friday looking for and checking on their students. And as the cleanup process begins, many who live there are echoing this sentiment.
You know, it's just a house and just stuff, and you can replace that, and that's true. That's very true. It's your life, though. It's your life.
And officials we spoke to earlier today say just over 100 homes were damaged in total in this area. They tell us the majority of the power, though, has been restored. The American Red Cross has also set up a temporary shelter for those who need it. Chris?
All right, Brittany, thank you so much for that report. Of course, that storm moved from Troup County into Meriwether County and then here into Spalding County. It also impacted Butts County as well. Doug Richards has much more from that area where, unfortunately, a 5-year-old child was killed.
The storm that cut through this community off of Lake Jackson snapped hundreds of trees, including one which landed on a car carrying a 5-year-old boy, killing him. Witnesses say the storm was frightening.
It was real scary, real. I was so nervous.
David Calder says he watched out his window as the wind toppled a maple tree in his yard, landing on top of his Corvette, his Mustang, and his pickup truck.
What makes it so bad is my pickup truck. One tree took all 3 vehicles out.
Calder lives in a lakeside community that suffered extensive damage. Trees that had lent charm to the community suddenly became objects of destruction.
2 nights ago we were living normal, and then out of nowhere it's just like hours we're homeless.
Autumn Roberts says a tree smashed into her 3-year-old daughter's bedroom. The child was not inside.
We're glad that we were not home.
And the power went out, and I was like, oh no, that's the tornado.
Jessica Goodman says she was trying to protect her 9-month-old son as a tree fell onto her house and smashed through the ceiling.
All sorts of debris fell on top of us, so I literally thought the tree had hit us too, and I was crying, the baby was crying. We were very Very distraught. I thought I was gonna die, but I'm so glad that we didn't.
Goodman says she was trapped inside of her home until some neighbors came along, cut through the debris, and freed her and her child. In Butts County, Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.
We are back with you live now in Griffin. Again, this is ground zero where EF3 damage has taken place here in our area. I don't know if you can see, we've got a couple of dogs that are coming up here. Now, the homes are damaged. People are displaced. Their animals are displaced as well. These have been running around today where their families are here trying to pick up the pieces as well. And it's just a tragedy for so many people here. We have also been telling you about, of course, here in Griffin, Troup County, Butts County, but this damage is extensive, and we're just scratching the surface of what we are seeing in these areas as well as in Metro Atlanta. Andrew Wilson joins us now. Andrew, of course, you were in the Storm Tracker Center with Chesley and me yesterday, tracking these storms moving in. We hit 70 degrees yesterday. These are like springtime storms. Now on the back side of this system, it is cold, and we're talking a winter weather advisory the day after tornadoes.
Yeah, Chris, really cold air moving in right now. That's all behind that cold front. That cold front, of course, sparking the thunderstorm activity that we had just yesterday. The National Weather Service trying to get out there and survey all this. They're going to continue that through the weekend. Right now, strong winds still up into Rome. You see how strong those winds are right there, and you can tell that we also have a little bit of snow that's been occurring off and on up into the Blue Ridge area. You see just a little bit of moisture down there on the ground. A lot of this is melting once it hits the surface, not only because the surface temperature has been fairly warm here the last few days, but because also the air temperature is still just above freezing up there into Blue Ridge for Fannin County. Now, Fannin County is under that winter weather advisory. That's because we do have that snowfall that is going to be occurring overnight, and also a little bit of light accumulation is going to be possible there. The higher accumulations are going to be up here into Tennessee and North Carolina, into those higher mountains in Great Smoky Mountain National Park, but that's also going to shift down into our direction, and again, we could have some very light accumulations down that 575 corridor, really getting right up against it. You see Gilmer, Fannin County, that's going to be, I think, where we have those higher totals, closer on up towards Mount Oglethorpe, over to Brasstown Bald. You know, there was much higher elevations there if you ever been up there to those North Georgia mountains. The Atlanta Metro, maybe just a flurry or two, that's it. Not expecting any issues. 38 degrees right now in Marietta, 37 in Canton, so temperatures still above freezing there, 41 right now for Atlanta. We head throughout tonight, those temperatures down into the lower 30s. Cold to start off tomorrow. We've got rain back in the forecast next week. But what about for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day? We'll talk about that coming up.